Want to double your productivity for only an extra $4 an hour? Of course you do. Well, over the next few days, I'll be giving free lessons on my new course that's coming soon, How to Halve Your Working Week Using a Virtual Assistant. In this episode, we're going to find out how to find a virtual assistant for small, medium and large businesses. Enjoy! Where do we find virtual assistants? Whether this is your first time or you've had several, the answer to this question can vary depending on a few different factors. The level of task it needs completing, budget, what duration of time you're committed to, how immediate is the start date, how valuable is the member of the team going to be, are they unknowingly going to be the glue that holds your entire operation together? In this episode, we're going to cover discovery for different levels of business owners and employees. In lesson 2, we discussed a mortgage broker being able to leverage the time of a VA to process loans. They might not have their own business and they don't need to. It specifically helps them achieve their day-to-day goals. For most, I'm going to cover 3 main platforms in order to find your perfect VA. We'll also cover outsourcing through business, otherwise known as staffing solutions or microsourcing, and what the pros of each are. When I went to the Philippines, I went specifically to learn about microsourcing. So it was a very interesting experience to see all the different options available. What I'll do first is explain the different platforms, then we'll go into screen sharing and I'll show you what they look like. I want this course to be straight to the point, so although the videos are shorter, they're packed full of information. Screen grabs are good to visualize what I'm talking about, but I can explain the information a lot quicker. Now let's start with Fiverr. Fiverr is a fantastic platform for one-off jobs. You can see reviews, discuss the scope of the work with them prior to starting. You can basically have a look at all the different jobs they've done. And Fiverr holds onto the payment in escrow until you've reviewed and accepted their work. With Fiverr, however, if you're looking for consistent work, then you're better off moving on to a different platform. Let's go with Upwork, for instance. Upwork is one of the largest platforms to hire someone online. It's such a simple and easy to understand concept, and I would say it's perfect for part-time work. You can pick a person, set up a contract, they do the work, then you pay them. Pretty simple. And the reason I say it's perfect for part-time work is because Upwork, once again, takes payment into escrow. It will, however, take a premium on the hourly rate. But it is much safer, and especially when someone can take your money and then disappear. So this is why when using other options, you should never ever pay in advance. So if you're going to move on to full-time, then we'll get into other platforms, but having them complete the work first, then paying is a great idea. And if there's someone that you like and you want them in your regular rotation, just be wary that both Fiverr and Upwork have systems in place to pick up if you've asked for their email address, which can result in your banned account or their banned account. So if you've got a Skype account and you want to chat with them, Upwork doesn't allow this, because basically with them charging a premium on each hourly service, you're basically stealing business from them. But there are ways around this, like asking for an M and then hitting enter and then asking for an AL and break it up. Half the time they get confused, not realizing they're asking for an email address, but if they figure out what you're talking about, most of the time they'll jump on it, as Upwork charges a premium plus takes some of their wages. So they get paid more for doing the same amount of work if you pay them directly. Now with full-time workers, I would recommend either outsourcing them from Upwork or onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph is probably my #1 platform for sourcing workers. You pay a monthly fee to post jobs, then offsite you discuss and hire. Everything is left autonomous and up to you, but you have to keep it safe, keep your information safe. The safest yet most expensive way to add to your team is to having your own dedicated team member in an overseas facility. You pick a company, they hire someone specifically for you, they are then your staff and they work in their space. So this is by far the most secure way to exchange information with an assistant overseas. They get dedicated computers, and a lot of companies won't allow mobile phones on the floor, so passwords can't be recovered or recorded, and they have special computer screens blocking prying eyes from people that walk by or are seated next to them. When making the decision to outsource in this way, there are some questions that you need to ask to make sure it's the right fit for you. One of the first is obviously security. How can they secure your information? If you're an accountant or process home loans, How do you know your client's information isn't being stolen or sold off? Another big question is cost. How much is the chair? So what I mean is, how much is it to rent the space? Because by doing it through a company, this is by far the most expensive way to do it, but it still works out a lot cheaper than if you hire someone in-house or outsource within your own country. Because what a lot of business will do is the outsource, you pay a certain fee and then it's just a flat fee each month, and then you also pay for whatever the staff's wages are. So really you're paying two fees, but it still works out cheaper. So some of the staff will already be on hand, and some of the businesses will offer a hiring process. After stages 2 or 3 of the screening process, then you'll be able to decide which staff member you like to work with, and you get to interview them yourself. Within the rental fee, this will cover everything from electricity to a basic computer, the physical chair, health benefits. I always ask for that. Some companies don't offer it and some do. It'll cover sick leave as well. Some companies will offer different rates depending on what time frames you're looking to have the staff work for, and it may be one cost to have them working during the day and a different cost at night. If you have 2 staff members sharing the same chair with 2 different rotating 10-hour rosters, it may work out cheaper again. So in the bonus vlog, on my trip to the Philippines, you can see a few companies that I visited, like Microsourcing and eMapter. If you're looking to eventually scale, a very important question you should ask is, who owns the team? If you decide to take the team that you've grown and move on to your own facility, do you then rent the team from the previous company, or do you buy them from a once-off fee? There are many different ways to do it, so when the time comes, make sure you look into this sort of stuff. So I would definitely recommend for one-off jobs for Fiverr, or for Upwork. For part-time, I recommend Upwork. And for full-time, I'll recommend either Upwork or onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph is by far the most affordable way to do it, but your information isn't secure because you are exchanging information autonomously off of the platform. So if you really want to go through and hire someone full-time, make sure you do it safely. We'll certainly cover a lot more in detail in a few next lessons. So let's check out some screen grabs so we can see what the different platforms look like, and you get a bit of a feel for how to use them. All right, so let's start off with Fiverr first, because we were mentioning Fiverr earlier. So Fiverr is fantastic for once-off jobs. You can see graphic design work, digital marketing, video animation. The amount of lists or services you can get is just fantastic. So even in the fun and lifestyle, let's click on that, because there was a guy a while ago that was offering a personalized video message, like a happy birthday message, but the catch was he was doing it whilst ironing a shirt. So yeah, it really is just a vast platform to find different things. No, it doesn't seem like it's listed there anymore. All right, look, I'll just more specifically, he was doing it whilst wearing a horse mask. Do you remember when there was that viral trend where everyone was wearing horse head masks? Yeah, well, that's it. So we can see here all the different things, logo design, WordPress, all sorts. So within business, that's where we would actually find the VAs. So let's click on that. And then the very first one that comes up listed is the virtual assistant. So let's click on that one and then have a look at the layout. So you can see all these different things. For instance, 2 hours of data entry for you for $13. This is in Australian, so that actually be less in the US. Data entry, yeah, so it comes up as $6.56, whereas yeah, for US it'd be $5. I'll do data entry as virtual assistant. Yeah, so let's have a look. All the different things you can see here. Now, apologies, it's a bit hard to read. The service I'm using to screen grab is a bit hard for text, so I didn't realize, so my apologies. But you can see there mail mergers, Amazon products for data entry, also Instagram. So yeah, you can really get so many different services off of Fiverr, so I'm a big fan. So let's go to logo design just as a random something else just to show you. So here they've got it really easily set out. You pick what you want, like in the style. So let's go vintage, just randomly. And then you can say $100, which is a really top end. I'll go $5 just to show you. And then we go, yeah, anytime. So you can get express, so it's done within 12 hours or 24 hours. But, you know, if you've got a bit of time, it'll work out cheaper to be patient.
So this one here is $5 or $6.56 Australian, whereas the standard is $40, and then the premium is $65. So I've got a suspicion that the premium isn't going to be much different from the standard or even the basic. So let's have a look what you get and then compare it to here. Yeah, so we'll scroll down and it should actually have a comparison of them as well. And you can see here all these different ticks. The difference between $5 and $65 isn't a lot. So, you know, really to save yourself $60, I would really read what you're getting. Sometimes you do actually get a significant difference, but in this case, it's not much of a difference. So just don't get ripped off there. So here's Upwork, coming to platform 2. So very easy to use. You know, perfect for finding part-time workers or even full-time workers. So you can get their Word developers. You can get mobile apps, graphic design work, blog writing. Really helpful if you have a blog. Here's some personal assistance. What else? Phone support, or there we go, live chat. That would be perfect as a VA for you if you have live chat on your website. Live chat increases sales. What else? So scrolling down, you just basically find, you hire them, it takes your money into escrow, they work, and then they get paid. So, you know, it's really secure for you to make sure you're getting the quality of work. You can always dispute it if you need. So there's standard Upwork, and then there's Upwork Pro. Upwork Pro is more for the really high-end guys, and there's Upwork Enterprise as well. So if you look hard enough, you actually find the guy that designed the Google logo on here. The gentleman at the top there you saw, that's the CEO. I was listening to a podcast with him in it recently, and he was saying that he was really proud to have him on there. So if we have a look, you can see the different admins. So you can see their hourly rate, where they're from, which is fantastic to know time zones, because then you know if someone's working the same time as you in case you have questions. All right, so you need to be signed in to see their profile. So, if you sign in, make a profile, you get a bit of an idea as to, what's going on. So next we'll go onlinejobs.ph. Now it's .ph instead of .com because it's from the Philippines, so that's what they use. So yeah, you can scroll down, and even just this first one there, 7,000 office and admin workers. So that's crazy. That's such a large amount of people looking for work. So yeah, it's fantastic for resources. So if we have a look, you've got this person who wants full-time work. That's how much they're willing to work for. What else? Keep going. Data entry. You can see there. And then social media team managers. So let's click on that one because it shows basically full-time, how much they want per month. Job overview. Now the ID proof, if it's under 50, I wouldn't recommend using them. ID proof is basically so Online Jobs knows who they are, and if it's a bad profile, it'll be under 50. So unless it's a new profile, so you can certainly give them a chance, but just be wary of that. I'd go at least above 50, and I think that's what Online Jobs recommends as well. So with how it works is you scroll down, post a job or search resumes, find the staff member, and then off of the platform, you then would hire them and pay them yourself through PayPal or Stripe or however you want to do it. So with the pricing of it, so you've got free, where it takes 2 days for your job post to be approved. Pro and premium are instant. You can get 3 job posts a month if you do pro, more again if you do premium, so $69 a month or $99 a month. So next we'll go to if you're outsourcing through a business. So microsourcing is not only a type of service, but as you can see here, this company also managed to get the brand name as well, so they would do fantastic for SEO. I actually met the CEO of this company when I was over in the Philippines, a really nice guy. So yeah, basically these guys, they're hiring staff on your behalf, and then it's your staff member and they use their facilities and you just pay them for your staff to use their facilities. So yeah, really great idea, great concept, and that's going to be really helpful if you're an accountant or a mortgage broker, if you have sensitive information. eMapter was another fantastic one. I really like these guys, really professional. When I went in there, we got a boardroom and we just sat down and they gave me a full presentation. It was really professional. Once again, the staff were really friendly over there. So you go in there and it's just stacks and stacks of just different call centers. You can see everyone's set up. So yeah, with it all going down, you can see on the left there, there's different offices. So there's an Australian office, There's a US office, so if you ever want to chat to someone in the US, they're only a phone call away. And then with their pricing, so what they do is it's a one price per week as such. So it's $99 a week if you're doing rural stuff, or if you do city-based stuff, it's $115 per week. There's no long-term contracts. I think it was still, from memory, I think it was still like 3 or 6 months or something minimum, because obviously they're going to the time of finding you staff. But with the difference between the regional offices and the CBD offices, basically, if you have low-level staff that you need doing, like basically 99 is fine, but if you have any high-level staff like accounting, then yeah, definitely you want the offices in the city, because the way they pitched it was that anyone that has any proper skills, they will move out of the rural areas to the city looking for work. So, yeah, basically just be wary of that. But I hope that helps. I really appreciate you spending the time to go through this course with me. I really would love to get feedback from you, or if you've got any questions, certainly just send me an email or flip me a Facebook message. We can definitely go through it together. So you're doing really well. So let's keep at it and move on to the next lesson.